doing stuff today. Welcome back, everybody, to the live stream. I am Rookzer0. We are going to be doing some community drawing today on the Drawcast. Just get everything else set up. I should set this stuff up beforehand. You know what? It's been 60 episodes almost. I think as of the 60th episode, I'm going to try to have this all down packed. That's my goal. That is definitely my goal. All right. Welcome, Jonas. Welcome, Dippy. Welcome, Helios. Oh, yeah, we got everybody today. It's going to be good. This is going to be a good day. Let me just click on some stuff. Click on some things over here, and that's it. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be good, and I start talking. It's like, oh nope, can't talk. Great. Let's get some liquid. Chocolate ice cream. It's 10 in the morning. It's not 10 in the morning. I'm pretty sure it's 10 o'clock in the morning everywhere. I think that's how that works. I think your clock's broken. That's right. No. All right, enough shenaniganry. Today we are back. We are in the Discord with everybody. Feel free to jump in the Discord. Today is a free draw day. There is a link in the general chat. We are in the voice chat today. If you want to come hang out with us, I will not be submitting the voice. I will not be recording the voice into YouTube. So if you do want to come hang out with us, feel free. And you will just hear me talking, and I will probably be reiterating things people say, I hope. Otherwise, it is going to get weird. But if not, that's okay. We are in the Aggie software today, aggie.io. So thank you to whoever made that program. It is a free web-based, web-based drawing application. So we're going to be hanging out there today. Everybody, please follow the rules of the Discord, which is, don't be a jerk. Be nice to each other. Don't draw on people's stuff. Don't draw on appropriate things. And we can keep doing these. So it is Friday. It's Community Day. Corvus, welcome. Bri, welcome also. And if it's 10 a.m. Yeah, good morning. You did. Yesterday was the only day you were allowed to draw dongs on stuff because we didn't have a live stream yesterday. We just drew in the Discord, which was really fun. I might start doing that again. Corvus, howdy. Welcome. Oh, I got a good night's sleep last night. It was great. Thank you, everybody, for helping me out yesterday when it was crazy technical stress stuff. We're done. We got it taken care of. We're all happy now. So let's get some drawing done. I did draw Marina yesterday. Marina, I think that's right. Captain Jumpro's character. I'm gonna try to get that video done this weekend. I think that's gonna be fun. So hopefully, either sometime this weekend or Monday, I will try to release the previous Siltstone adventure, which was our live stream we did a little while back. I need to make that. I think I put it in its own playlist, but if not, I'll have a way for people to watch that. That's the unedited. I'm gonna put myself up here. Unedited live play we did, which was really fun. We did that with Captain Jumprope and Jonas. It is still May. It is still May. So if you wanna do mermaids, I think that's a good starting point. I'm just gonna try to finish Marine's character portrait today, so I might draw her a little more today. And then I gotta draw Guff. I gotta draw a whole bunch of other people. Okay. I did. I saw some of it. Yeah. Is that the one you want to use? You want to use that Guff concept? I think it's good. I think it's great. All right. If I remember right, I think he only wears greaves. He's It's a kobold with just shin guards. So that's awesome. We will be doing. I think we can do a little bit of a viewer suggestion today. I think that's fun to have a lot of people draw things that people suggest. We'll see what happens because we sometimes get a lot of people suggesting things, and sometimes we don't get any. But I think it'll be a fun experiment. Connection issues. Come on. There we go. Aggie took a poop. Yeah. I don't know what kind of hat to give Maureen. Marinara. Yeah, Marinara the cowboy. Got a boomstick. I'm here. Never mind. Oh, people are drawing. Gotta go. I've honestly wondered: are people able to like just search for stuff to jump into in Aggie? I don't know how that works because I can send invites, but I don't know if people can just find it because that could be a fun scavenger hunt to like make really random names so people can't figure out where the page is. Oh, for Cripe's sakes. Once again, episode 60. Bam! Episode 60. I'm going to try to have all this stuff ironed out. It is 59th day. I'm saying by episode 60, I'm going to try to not be a noob streamer anymore. That's my goal. That is a goal. My goal right now is to not suck at this. And remember that to push the record button. I've been watching a lot of random YouTubers that I like. This last week has been pretty crazy with a whole bunch of different stuff, trying to get back to work and other things like that. So I've been trying to de-stress by like finding new YouTubers. Just like, hey, let's just go. Let's just go out, and I found a whole bunch of like survival people that do like survival challenges where they go live in the woods. I thought that was pretty great. I don't know his name. I'll have to look it up, but a lot of them are really funny because they're like, I caught a fish, but I didn't push the record button, and now I feel stupid. It's like, yes, I know that feeling. I know exactly how that feels. So that was really, really cool. I'm having a lot of fun looking around the YouTube community. Plus, I like Survivor Man, and I like those kind of shows. Even though I don't really like going outside. Kind of a weird dichotomy there. Oh man, Bear Grylls. Guy's such a poser. My favorite thing about... it was absolutely entertaining. Like, Bear Grylls, if anything, is a great TV host. I don't know if he's a good survivalist, because... It's always really funny when you watch his shows and he's like, if you need to get down a mountain, just jump off a waterfall and hang glide to safety. But every other show you watch is like, do not run, do not wear your coat too long. If you sweat too much, you're gonna die. And it's like, that's not what Bear Grylls says. Bear Grylls says I'm just supposed to like drink my own pee and fight a bear. I don't know who to believe now. Did it again, Rook. Sad panda indeed. But yeah, no, I think Bear Grylls is funny. I got really into watching his stuff until I started watching other people's stuff, and like, really, like, I don't know if this is good advice, Bear. Like, that's weird. I wonder, actually, that would be interesting. I should see if I can get a hold of Bear Grylls and be like, like, do you still stand behind everything you've ever said on TV? Or was it all an act? What was that? I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't know his background. I don't think Bear Grylls died. Did he die? Someone asked in the chat. I'm not sure. It was Brian. Brian was in the chat. I think he's alive. I hope so. If he died, that's sad. And we should... Maybe he knows what he's talking about then. But I don't think so. I don't think he died. We should see if we can get him on the show. Hey, Bear Grylls, you want to come draw with us and tell us about jumping off waterfalls and stuff? Maybe survival people that do survival challenges are just playing it way too safe, and Bear Grylls just doesn't give a crap. Sounds like he should know what he's talking about then, but no, I'm thinking of the guy who was stung by a stinger. Oh yeah, Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin did die. It was sad. I totally listened to Steve Irwin. I believe him for most of his stuff. Then again, I also probably would not try to catch an alligator or a crocodile. Crocodile hunter. Yeah. Correct, yeah. And that's totally legit. Like him, if he did put, I think you're right. I think he did put a disclaimer saying that this was like extreme situation. So his argument would be, if you have to get off a mountain in 3 seconds, jump down the waterfall. But that's cool. And like I said, super entertaining. Not the best like survival show stuff. But yeah, absolutely not. But still good stuff. Still good stuff. Super entertaining, super meme generating. Like, good job. Good job with that stuff. I would absolutely let him be on the show and hang out with us. That would be awesome. Are any of you Bear Grylls? That's the question. If you are. If you are, come join us. Come draw with us today. That would be dope. I can't see you. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you, Corvus, by the way, for pointing that out. Okay, so here's my cowboy hat, lady. Oh, that's exciting. Get to go out and about. A grill night. Do people not say barbecue? Is that a colloquialism? Is barbecue an American thing? Yeah, I knew that part, but like I didn't realize that people in Finland didn't say barbecue. That's interesting. I do have a propane grill. Yeah, I do have a propane grill, but I still barbecue chicken on my propane grill. Because smoking food is delicious, and it, destroys your heart. Yeah, have you ever had bacon? I'm not supposed to eat bacon anymore. Life is hard. I used to work at a really nice restaurant that made their own fatback lardones and bacon. That was good. Lardones. Bacon cubes, by the way, if you don't know what a lardone is. Just fatty bacon cubes. Super good on salads. Super good to just eat. Yeah, making prosciutto, that'd be cool. You can open up your own meat smoking shop. I think prosciutto might actually be, like, I think you have to use Italian pigs. I'm not sure about that. There are some stipulations for certain types of, I mean, you absolutely could make it that way. But I think to sell it, because we were talking about a butcher, like a meat shop, I think you'd have to call it something else. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Sparkling bubbly wine. Are we? I just realized it's Friday, and Friday is like the most off-topic day. I should just start calling this the Friday stream. Look that up. Huh? Okay. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop because this is turning into an argument. Somebody look up U.S. regulations for selling champagne, and then we will end this conversation right there. Someone can come back with actual information, and then we'll go from there. No. Okay, that's the thing. It doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of. You can't Google stuff about alcohol drinks unless you are alcohol drinkable. Wait. Okay, I think. There you go. So yeah, I'm betting there's a specific. I'm betting it's an import rule. Like you can't, and I don't know if it is exactly champagne, but there are definitely some things that you cannot label as certain things because the countries that import them say like we have a monopoly on making these specific things. Like there are types of cheese I know that that have to be either made in a certain area or made a certain way by people that are allowed to make it, to be called that. And that's really all it is just the naming of it. You can definitely make sparkling water, sparkling wines, stuff like that, that are not champagne. And, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that could be part of it too. Is if it's based specifically on their name of the area, then it has to be from that area. I know there's a couple different types of. I think there's even a couple types of fruit that like you can't claim that it is this type of fruit unless it is specifically this brand, this type of thing. So. I mean, hell, we have rules about what you can call cheese. That's why some things are cheese products or cheese flavored products because they don't have enough cheese milk protein in them to be considered actual cheese. Like that. American cheese, not actually cheese. By the law, not actually cheese. Welcome, Miller. Thanks for joining the chat. Yeah, I don't know. American singles, not actually cheese. American single cheese products. cheese. It's just salt. It's literally just salt. Salt and orange. Who doesn't want to eat orange? Come on. Makes the best grilled cheese, though. That's not true. It makes okay grilled cheese if you just want to eat salt. We're gonna go with that. How's everybody else doing? I'm drawing some cowboy folk over here. Cow folk, cow ladies, cow halflings. I guess I gotta do push-ups. Damn it. Half elf. That is right. Marine is a half elf. I am going to leave. I am going to leave Shiva a. I think I said halfling in the live stream, and I'm going to leave her a halfling. I think that'll be fun. Oh, now I have to draw the face. The hardest part of the body that's not feet. I don't know why I've been struggling. Yeah, what is the appropriate YouTube merfolk attire? Maybe. Hold on, I gotta spin my chair around because I'm wrapped up in my headphones now from doing push-ups. There we go. Halves are strange creatures. Let's go. I don't know, seashells. Seashells are pretty classic. Chat that what's show. Oh, is someone writing what should I draw? Merfolk. I think is our first prompt. Let's see. Andreas would like to. I forgot that you can't talk to the chat, so I will ask them. Andreas would like to know what to draw today. So I guess we'll take some viewer requests. That's totally fine. I do want to finish. Andreas says his art sucks, which I'm not down for deprecation. You gotta do your best. Come on, rule one, people. Let's be nice to each other. Let's be nice to each other today. No, it definitely is. It's kind of scary and difficult to draw while talking to people. It's definitely a skill you have to kind of work. Half sound like a bio experiment gone wrong. Okay, here's the thing. I think I'm thinking too hard about faces. When really my problem is this ear is too low or too high. I should just draw one line, and I should draw the eyebrows first, and then I'll just fill in the rest. I think I might go a little more cartoony than normal for the recap videos, because I think it's a little easier to draw, and I'm not going to do animation, but I might do some just draw some scenes that happen. I think that could be fun. yeah, it's like an animatic. I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. I might do a little bit of an animatic. Yeah, no, I mean, that's not something I just came up with. I've decided, I think, that's very much a suggestions that people have been giving, so. I had a great idea last night. I had a great idea, completely unsolicited from anyone else. No, it's a new idea. No one's ever done it before. But no, I think after a lot of consideration, I think that's what I am going to do. I'm going to try to go that direction. So we'll see how much time it takes, because I'm going to start working on a lot of that today. I have a bunch of the little pictures I want sketched out, but I haven't actually sat down and drawn them yet. So. Hey, my national landmark is what, like one of those yellow bear car washes. Do people have those everywhere? Is that everywhere? Or is that only here in Seattle? When I lived in Idaho, I never saw these. All the car washes around were like locally owned, so they were all just kind of like Jim's Car Wash or attached to a gas station. And then now I moved up to the greater Seattle area, and every corner has a Yellow Bear, which is just this huge car wash complex with a really, really crappy... Well, it's not crappy. It's actually a pretty good logo. It's just this little, like, not detailed bear picture, and then these super detailed, like, copper bear statues at the entrance. And they're everywhere. And I'm like, that's nuts. And then I went back to Idaho a little while ago, and they popped up there, too. And I was just like, they're invading. They've gone. Yep. So I think it's yellow bear. I could be wrong, but either way, hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag wash my own car. It's hard to not have a car in the U.S. It's just real hard. Yeah. I've also discovered. Yeah, like for me, a 2-hour drive that's like, yeah, we can do that for the afternoon. Let's do that. Yeah, so in Idaho, especially like I lived in southern Idaho, but a lot of my family lived up north. And so it was very much like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my cousin today for lunch. I'm going to drive 2.5 hours there, and then after lunch, I'll drive 2.5 hours back. And that's how it was. I lived 30, 40 minutes away from everything. Here in Washington, sometimes driving across town like 20 miles takes an hour. But in Idaho, it's just like, oh, that's 90 miles? Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. That's a fine little jaunt. I like driving. I really like driving. Especially the roads are really nice, and there's lots of beautiful country to look at, so it's not too bad. Yeah, that's nuts. I lived 6 hours, which was like 300 miles from my college. And I would drive home every week or two. So I wanted like baggy pants, but I don't like it anymore. I don't know if I want that. I think I might do a slim coat. Yeah, no, I still drive all the time. I'm drawing more marina. Oh crap! Now I don't remember the name. Is that right? Marinara. The now gunslinger. Brown bear. Yes, I found it. Brown bear car wash. Boop. Seriously, all around here, just giant metal statues of bears. I was gonna say, our national landmark is the Brown Bear Car Wash, and I don't know really how to draw bears. And then I realized I draw a lot of bears, so maybe, Andreas, maybe you should be able to draw a mermaid. I might have corrected myself. Self-corrected. Have you set up the Aggie software to your liking? Yeah, so that's something that might help. For anybody jumping into the Aggie software that wants to come hang out, you can have it's a nightmare to use. So you get your own layer, which I assumed everybody figured out. And then when you start drawing over here on the right, you can adjust your size to the pen pressure by turning this little check pressure on if you're using a pen. If you're not using a pen, I don't know what that will do with the mouse. There's the density as well, and the hardness are the things that I would look at. If you want a soft, like a firm edge, hardness all the way up, hardness all the way down for kind of a softer edge. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yep, and I get that. And this isn't all directed at you. I want to make sure everybody knows this stuff is here. I usually have the opacity all the way up, and then my pen pressure takes over. But you can lock that so that it will just give you full on or full off. The other one, what was the other one I used? The density. I usually turn the density to around 20%, because even with the pen pressure on, it feels weird. I don't like the way it looks normally, so I have to adjust the density a little bit. So keep those in mind. There is also a stabilizer somewhere. You can turn the stabilizer up, and it'll help you, especially if you have a mouse, it'll stabilize your lines to smooth them out. Yeah. It's the last option on the right. Check it on, and then you can crank the weight. The weight will actually make your pen have a little bit of a lag, but it'll smooth out your lines because it just tracks the tangent of your cursor. So I would check that out. that might help. And then other than that, yeah, have fun. So who do we got here? We got Jonas over here. I know Jonas's art style, right? I think it's good. I like your art style. It's good. And then we got Dippy up here. Dippy Fresh. Dippy Fresh. Painting with a mouse. Super good. Drawing with a mouse is really tough. My rule with a mouse was that I never try to do line art with a mouse. I do something more like what Dippy's doing, which is just paint, just color, just form. Because trying to get like a smooth curve with a mouse is just almost impossible, unless you have a really high DPI mouse and a really nice weighted surface for it to glide on. You're also painting with your elbow, which is a lot different. Like, it's really hard to do stuff with your fine-tuned stuff with a mouse. Yeah, if you are stuck using a mouse, maybe try using your elbow. It's not bad. If you have difficulty drawing with your elbow, it's a separate skill. And it's something you got to practice. It works. It's really easy if you have a large canvas and a soft brush like charcoal or something. And if you're using your mouse, like, you need a lot of real estate to do it. You just adjust your sensitivity on the mouse and just like really try to get those large flowy steps. Yeah. Exactly. That's perfect. Today is an experimentation day for art, so. I saw it once, so I'm the master now. Nice. It was good. I'm glad everyone can jump in here and actually talk to each other and get some pointers. So if people have questions, something might break. If it breaks, I'm sorry. We're good. Okay. I had to refresh something. My YouTube studio crashed for a second, but I refreshed the page and it's good. So I think we're still on the air, but I didn't want to click a button and have it explode. I am running two different computers right now that are talking to each other through a Elgato game capture system, which is not designed for what I'm using it for. So, yeah. I'm surprised it works at all, but it does. It seems to work just fine, so. You can't shrink it. Yep, I know. So here's the issue. So I could start using something else like what's the one Not wants me to use? Drawpile, but that would require people to download a program, and I don't feel like that's really accessible. I don't want to make people do that. I mean, that's legit. I think maybe we should do that. I think maybe I'll reach out on Twitter this weekend and just tell them, like, hey, I was wondering what's up with the no transform tool. Like, maybe they'll sponsor us, and that would be awesome. Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll give us like a beta version or something, or maybe I can get a Rookzer0 button up at the top right that that just stamps stuff. Yep. It just stamps dongs everywhere. It's like, haha, breaking the rules. Breaking the rules. Did I just draw a dong? No, I'm drawing a cat. Boo, boo, boo. I will start enforcing those bans if people get all uppity. Don't test me. And by me, I mean my mods, because my mods are ruthless and I am not. Oh, that's a broken arm. That is a broken arm. Speaking of broken arms, did anybody else see that they're remaking Tony Hawk's? They're not even just like, hey, we're remaking Tony Hawk's. They're like, we're remaking Tony Hawk's 2 through 5 because it's the same game. And I'm really excited for it. I'm actually really excited for that. That might be something I would play with people. We could set that up. Rookzer0 D&D podcast plays Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, whatever. I actually started a lot of my mixed media artwork because I wanted to paint and draw on skateboards. That was really cool. That's an old thing that I had forgotten I wanted to do was design skateboards. So maybe I should try to do that. Rookzer0 skateboards. 10 out of 10 would do. That's not what that saying means. That's inappropriate. Yeah, that's a weird saying that I didn't mean to say. But a really good idea. Absolutely would do that idea. I think it's a good idea. I don't know what I should do for these arms. Because, like, cowboys have just leather jackets, right? I mean, if it's a duster... No, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I feel like baggy sleeves would not be good if you had a crossbow, is kind of my thought. But at the same time, which is why I did this. I did the cutoff sleeve with the wrapped arms. But now I feel like I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe, yeah, bracers might be a good way to do it. Let's try that. Maybe it might also be that it's just too long, because really, like, her arm would be like this. Elbow. And then hand. Are you just clicking a bunch? I just hear click, 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 click. Dragonborn on a skateboard would be pretty cool. Yeah, there's not enough D&D skateboards. That's the issue. You know what? I have some college friends that actually make skateboards. Welcome to the being a DM portion of the day. I'm gonna reiterate what you just said. I'm gonna reiterate what just happened. My DM made a magical weapon for me. I didn't want it. Someone else took it. Yep. Absolutely. That happens all the time. My DM in the last game we had, my character is a dragoon. Yeah, I would also, depending. So here's my issue. As a DM, it's easy to say, like, oh, this is obvious that this person would want this, but maybe not. So, like, my character's a dragoon, and I'm interested in finding dragon weapons and dragon gear. We found a chest piece that's like the Dragon Bane chest armor, but I already had really good, like, chain shirts. And so I'm like, oh, nice dragon armor. And my DM was just like, you're not going to take that and wear it? I'm like, no, it's terrible. He's like, but it protects you from dragons. I'm like, but this protects me from dragons. Like, And that one's just not as good. And so he was really upset because this is one of his first campaigns. And he's like, I thought you would love that. I'm like, it's cool, but I am worried about living, and we're not fighting a dragon right now, so I thought I'm not going to put it on. And then I'm like, oh man, I totally have had this experience on the other end of it as well. Because like I've given things to Kevin the Necromancer, and he's just like, oh cool, can I sell this? I'm like, what? Why would you sell that? It's just necromancy in a bottle. He's like, yeah, I don't really need it though. Yeah. So definitely that is a common thing, and it's look it up, research, get some dragon board, get some dragon board, cut it into a person shape, and there you go. I did say dragon board. Is that something different in Finland? If I say hobby board, is that wildly inappropriate? Do you know what hobby board is? Hobby board is literally just like plywood. It's like a really dense plywood. You make things that you would hobby with, like toy train plates and small wooden buildings and stuff. Did you transition back to WoW? Uh-oh. We got a gank party going on, and that didn't sound right. That was if you guys don't play World of Warcraft, that was a very strange term. But yeah. Getting hunted. Yeah, I don't understand the mentality of people that like, I'm level 60, you're level 20, so I'm gonna insta kill you. It's like, that's not fun. Why is that fun? Of course, it's the same thing in any. I can't understand the want to cheat in a video game, like playing any Call of Duty game or PUBG or anything online when people just start like using aimbots. It's like, why? What are you getting out of this game? Like, you might as well be playing like Clicker Heroes or something. If this is what you're doing, you're just ruining it for everybody. Gank means to beat someone up in large numbers. Yeah. Are you drawing the Oscar Mayer Wiener dragon? It's the Oscar Mayer Wiener car, but apparently it died, and now it's going to heaven. Wait, weren't you trying to draw Dragonborn? Who's drawing a baguette? A pillbug. It's a pillbug. Okay. No, yeah, I get you. Andreas, nice pillbug. No. I like your pillbug, Dippy. I was just saying, nice job, Andreas, drawing a pillbug. Yeah, you gotta loosen up. You gotta practice. You gotta warm up. It's actually pretty funny. I will go back and look at, like, at the end of the day when I go to pick up I walk from my chair to my chair, and I no, I don't move, but I screen cap is what I was trying to say. When I go to screen capture all the images I've drawn through the stream, I'll notice that like the last one I do is really good, and then the first one is just like, yeah, it's like, what? I really need like 20 minutes to warm up before anything is actually functional. So, yeah, I think that. I do also think my pen broke. What's going on here? Yeah, I can't seem to... Hold on a second. Did my density get turned off? Is that what happened? Yeah, my density got turned off. Okay, we're good. Everything's better. Pill bugs are cute. They roll up in balls. I really like potato bugs. We call them potato bugs in Idaho. And in Utah. Yeah, Utah. Utah is basically like Idaho light. Yeah, I think they need drier climates, don't they? No. They like wetter climates? Okay. I guess they're just arthropods, right? Wait, what's the difference between an isopod and an anthropod? Come on, biologists. Yeah, maybe. I think anthropomorphic. Arthropods was the word I was trying to use, which is also not the right word. That's the word I was trying to use. What's the difference between an isopod and an arthropod? Without spines. Okay. A lobster is an arthropod? Yes. Okay. That's where my head went. Isopods are underwater. Yep, that's it. If you want to play a Warforged Tide Pod, you are welcome to. That's legit. This half of me, Scrub and Bubbles. This half of me is blue. Welcome, Not. Welcome back to the chat. Bob on Wait, what? One time you and your sister filled a bucket with potato bugs. Awesome. My sister and I once filled a sandwich, like a bag, bag that bread comes in, a bread bag. There we go. Filled a bread bag with earthworms and brought it to our mother thinking that we were very awesome because we saved all these bugs during a rainstorm. And my mother lost her mind. Look, we found 4 pounds of worms. Dear God. Oh yeah, I'm sure. You know what? To be fair though, we put that in our garden and we had a great garden like forever when I was a kid. So I'm going to chalk that up to my sister and I being awesome. And now I have slugs that live in my living room and it drives me up the wall. We have big slugs in Washington here. I mean, not as big as some places, but they're, I don't know, the size of your thumb, size of your pinky. It's not super big, but like that's big. It's big enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'll wake up in the morning and there'll just be like a slime trail through my carpet, and it's just like, where is that stupid piece of crap? I don't know how you got in my house, and I will find you. And every morning I look at the cats and just like, why didn't you eat this? Why didn't you eat this slug? What's wrong with you two? A mantis shrimp. That's not a mantis shrimp, but we should draw a mantis shrimp. That'd be pretty dope. I had to look up. I was watching one of my friends play Metroid Prime. No, it was the Super Nintendo. What's the Super Nintendo Metroid? Metroid. Super Metroid? It might have just been Super Metroid. Yeah. And I kept watching Samus turn into a ball, and I'm just like, how is she not dead? Well, but yeah. Apparently, through the lore of Prime, I think it's in Prime, they say that she gets turned into energy. And it's like, okay, that's still terrifying, but less terrifying than contorting into a ball. What? Oh, you have a just hit F5. Oh, really? It's still there? I don't see it. I don't see the baguette anymore. You might have to let's just have everybody refresh the page. Everybody hit F5 real quick. Maybe it'll update. It's terrifying to think about in Pokemon. Have you not seen the game theory inside about the... No, I haven't actually. I should probably look that up. It's actually easy to fit into a space for an average person. Really? I guess Samus's armor is pretty big. But like in Smash, I think is the reason it breaks my brain, because you have like the Samus suit, and then she jumps and like boop. It's like, excuse me? Blah. If you're... Oh, did everybody's layers get jacked up? Who is green? It's Jonas. Jonas has 2 layers. Bright pink. You should be layer 1. Nope. Yeah, it looks like you double copy. So double click layer 6. Yep, there you go. Yeah, no problem. You can always screen cap it. Screen cap it from the thing. There's a live stream. So. Yep. I had to do that. I finished the... Samus is the best Pokemon. The armor is the ball. She only has her bodysuit under that, right? Yeah, exactly. She like goes invisible and throws the armor. That doesn't look right. I'm gonna erase that. Yeah. Your kobold? I can't see the legs. Are these the legs? Gotcha. I have that problem too. Hence why I don't draw feet a lot of the time. You know what? I should probably adjust that, actually. I'm going to make a new layer. Boop. And I'll just start drawing up here. Ridley and D&D. You can do Ridley and D&D. There's a space pirate. Also dinosaur giant pterodactyl man. Hells yeah. You guys all amped up for your game on Sunday? Yeah. Yeah, the DM panic. I totally feel that. I totally know that feeling. Like, oh, hey, it's Thursday. My game's on Thursday. Oh, balls. Yeah, that is something I try to tell new DMs. Basically, don't prepare too much ahead of time, because it might all go to shit. There's a very good chance that none of it will happen. Especially when you're writing, like, I try to keep character stories. Like I have, Kevin the Necromancer. here's his goal. So like I have his goal ready. Like this is what he says, I want to do this. And I'm like, okay, can that be achievable? I'm going to put that here. And I want this to happen first and this to happen first. If they're playing the game, I will start working on how I want this to happen and what that's going to cause. So like option A, option B, option C, these are the ways this could happen. And that's what I send at them for the game. I don't look at this or this until they choose one of these. And then it's like, okay, how now with B can that become these options? So I'll make that D and E. And it's like, I still have not developed how I'm going to get to this end goal because I know like these things have to happen first. And so that's because a lot of people just want to like write a whole story, but it's like really you need to stay really close to the actual campaign that's going on. But beyond that, like these can be really fleshed out. What was it? Trying to think. The guys over at Chalice, MK Bonnet, he used to tell me, like, I think he called it the rule of 4. Always have 4 things that they can choose from in any setting. So like all of these can be in your city, and then you can really build out, what you're doing. But having those options before you even start looking at this is really important. And it's really hard not to do that. Really hard not to do that. Because a lot of time you just want to write out really cool stuff. Plans are useless, planning is vital. That's a really good one. I like that one, Dippy. I like the cute snake woman on the left. On the left? On the right? Is it backwards? I actually don't know how YouTube works. Sometimes... Okay, good. Yep. Ripley is pretty great. They are talking about yours. Yeah. Uh-oh, Jonas is worried. Yeah. It's a reoccurring character, and it's great. Sorry, nice. I absolutely love Sigourney Weaver's hair in that movie, and I try to draw it all the time. It's so good. Blah. Yeah, Aliens is super influential for me as a kid. What? Have you guys ever seen Aliens with googly eyes? So good. What? Yeah. Other people's accomplishments do not belittle my own. They don't. They don't. I don't like it. I don't like it. No, the level of yeah. I think you can compare individual pieces of artwork and then learn from them. Like, you know what? But yeah. Like actually just like, oh, you're a better artist than me, so I suck and shouldn't draw. It's like, no, that's not how that works at all. If that was the case, we would only ever have one person playing baseball, and and yep, one person on the radio. Yep. I mean, can you imagine if Katy Perry was the only person allowed to make music? She's number one on YouTube right now. No, what I'm saying is when I say other people's accomplishments don't belittle your own, is other people can be better than you at stuff, but what you're doing is all that really matters. Like, if you don't like where your art is at, keep working on it. Like, that's fine. But because someone is better than you doesn't mean that what you've done is in the grand scheme of things bad. Because you are at your point, your art is your art, it's subjective. So, and that's why like things like we talked about Puffin, like Puffin's characters. I think Puffin's art has gotten a lot better since he started YouTube, but his character's the same, right? So if you look at his first video to his last video, the style is exactly the same, but there is a definite spectrum of like effort and work and making those things happen. And so if you compare that to like Frank Frazetta, it's like this art is terrible, but Puffin's stuff is still very viable as a really good art medium. So when you compare things, it's not always good because they don't have the same intrinsic value. So someone being really good or doing something really good doesn't make yours bad. Like you almost can't compare things like that. You can say, I want my stuff to be closer to this, and that's great. Like, cool. Your art can change and adjust. So. I mean, look at the first video where you drew with us. Your lines are amazingly smoother now. Like your line work is really good. It's really, really beautiful. It wasn't bad then, but there is a difference now. Your accomplishments, I think you've grown a lot as an artist, especially as a digital artist. But it was never bad. So. There's also, you just said, Jonas just said, when you look at your old stuff, you basically you're like, oh, I was so good back then. What happened? I have that same feeling, but what I realize is basically if something that I've drawn has gone long enough away from me, I've forgotten all the little errors that I noticed. Like when I'm looking at this, I don't like this elbow. I don't like this finger. This is weird. I have to adjust this. 6 months from now, I'll be like, oh, that's a cool little picture. Because I forget all the little nuances that I was critiquing myself with. I mean, I think you've been drawing with me since I started doing the Aggie software, so. I think episode 13. Yeah, I think episode 20 is when I started streaming every day. It would have been August or April 1st. We're on episode 60 now. The secret ingredients is crime. Secret ingredients is crime. It was on Prime Video. It cost money. That's fine. I might take a look. Tiamat would be really cool, Ridley on the side. Just so people know, Aliens, the original Alien movie, is very, very... It's good, but it's also kind of dark. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain the smooth stream. As such, viewers will experience buffering. What? Why are you buffering? Well... Yeah, I don't know how to up that. Is my internet just poop today? Oh, did you find the rugby episode? What episode is the first rugby episode? We could do that. We could do like a video review of my own videos. I could totally do that. Actually, we could just live stream, watch all of the playlist together. That'll be our. Let's do that. If we get to, that'll be our 5,000 episode, 5,000 subscriber video. As we'll watch. We'll just watch the live stream. I'm almost at 3,000. That's crazy. That's awesome and amazing. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. I actually need to go look. What episode was that? Because I want to go watch the rugby video. Because I think I like your original sketch first, and I need to look at it. Because I remember he was. Huh. There was a lot of weird stuff that led into that. What's funny to me is that I also have Discord, but I don't know how to access the stream on Discord. Okay, Bob, we aren't actually streaming on Discord. There is a link in the general chat to go to the Aggie software if you want to draw with us. Yesterday, instead of streaming on YouTube, I just opened up a video stream in the live stream audio channel. So that's an option that we can do, but I don't usually do that. So if you're in Discord, you can join our audio stream by just jumping into the live stream chat and turning on your microphone. But we don't usually stream the video there. So you do still have to watch the video on YouTube, but you can watch along. And then if you do it that way, there's a little bit of a delay because the audio on Discord is like 10 seconds ahead of the YouTube stream. Probably more today because apparently there's streaming issues. Yeah, buffering. But dear YouTube, the F. I hope that answered your question. So yeah, no stream in the. We do it from on time to time after the show. We some people will stream their own artwork in the Discord, which I think is great. I love the fact that everybody's sharing that stuff. When did people start doing that? Oh, a long time ago. Yeah, before. Morrow? I think that was Morrow. Sai was drawing. Okay. Oh yeah, when we were drawing your reference picture, the armor, that was really fun. That was cool. Yeah, that was really cool. That's very possible. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I actually am now open up for commissions again this week, so that will be fun. I'll have to pick those up this weekend, and then we can start those on Monday. We can do a commission Monday again. I have a few lined up, so I will be contacting those people. I think I like fat rugby. I'm not sure. Because skinny rugby looks like Gur. And I think that might have been what I was originally drawing was fantasy Gur, like D&D Gur, and then you drew rugby, and I was like, I like that better. I think that looks better. I think Your Nose, I think, is the thing that I stole. I might have to pay you some royalties if we ever sell any rugby merch for the nose. That's legit. You can do that if you want. There is a. I am trying to do some stuff with. I like getting the community in here because I know a lot of people are struggling to support the channel with everything that's going on, and I totally get that. So if you need to take a few months off the Patreon, I will not hold it against you. we can figure something else out like that. So yeah, I don't know how that works. If you unsubscribe from the Patreon and you already have Patreon benefits in Discord, does it go away? Does it go away? Talk to me about that. If you are a Patreon member, or you were and you had to drop out because of financial issues for not being at work and stuff, let me know, and we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, I want to make sure that everybody's getting. So yeah, I am also trying to work out. I'm currently Patreon just changed. Currently looking for the link. Okay, Bob, if you're in Discord and you go to the general text only zone, there's a link to the Aggie IO software. And if you want to join the actual chat, just scroll down, and there is a live stream cultivating art. Yep, cultivating art. If you can't find the link to the Discord, I can definitely try to find one, or someone can post one of those for you. Should be in the doobly doob down below. Down that way. Link to Discord. We're not supposed to talk about those, remember? There we go. We got someone jumped in. Oh, that was Drow. I mean, sorry. Oh, it's just Drow. Welcome to the live stream today, buddy. It is another free draw day if you want to jump on in. That's a good way to do it. Am I the only person that doesn't use the fill tool? I will, in Photoshop, I will do like a selection and use like Control Backspace to fill it in. So I guess that's kind of the same thing. But like the fill tool to me is just dangerous. It's a dangerous thing you should never touch. Blah, 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 blah. What were we talking about? I lost my train. I have no experience with digital art. That's totally fine. You know what's great about digital art is Andreas asked if it looks like he knew what he was doing. So this is 1 year, apparently 1 year of work learning how to art. This is 20 plus years of art. The first step is to get experience with trying it out. Yeah, exactly. Not knows what's going on. It's at least you spilled water on yourself because the lid wasn't on, and not because like your mouth stopped working. Because I've done that. I do that a lot, actually. Yeah, you got to remember to stop the breathy breathe before you drink. Man, I don't like rugby with really detailed feet. I think rugby should just have like really dumb feet. I don't know if that's because I don't like feet or because I just don't. I don't think realistic feet on this little bugbear goblin. I think that's good. I think he just needs little hooks, little feet hooks. Wait. You know, the other thing we need to do is we need to decide what kind of hat to put on Rugby for the next... Why did I make him a bellhop? That's not what I wanted. I'm going to make him a chef. For the next emotes. Bri, if you're in the YouTube chat, type something in the YouTube chat. I want to see what your icon looks like, because I don't remember. I think we're coming up on that month, the first month of the YouTube membership. And if you have the YouTube membership, it gives you like a custom badge. And so those are the current rugby ones should change every month. I don't know if it's still in the first month or second month. But yeah, check those out. I want to update some of those. I might right now, since the Patreon is still based around just the videos I put out. I don't know if I'll switch it to the rugby stuff, but I've been thinking about maybe doing that. So that the tiers go from like rugby to like battle rugby. It's fun. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how the Patreon really fits in, because I think the Patreon members. Once, thank you for everyone who's been a Patreon sponsor. That's been very, very helpful in getting a lot of stuff off the ground. I'm using basically the Patreon is supporting stickers and stuff. So everybody that's on the Patreon that's gotten stickers, it's because I've been able to do that because of the Patreon. So that's super cool. I don't know. I hope people. I don't know. Still waiting. Yeah, we're gonna find out. That was like a. I think I followed the rules for the waiting, but since I can't like go to the post office easily right now, I don't know if it actually worked. I will, if after the post office opens back up on regular hours, I will try that again. My icon pick is a dark green dragon, but that uses earth elemental powers. Nice. I can't see the screen. It's hurting my eyes. What? Speaking of mouths not working, I'm going to have to hang out with some friends now. See you later. Not. Thanks for hanging out. I'm reading the... Oh, geez. Am I not in the right chat room? I went up to the general chat, and I left the voice chat. There we go. Thank you, Bri. I will go check that out. March 31st. Perfect. Perfect. Druid powers. Druid dragons. It's always super cool. Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta go look at those old sketches. Because, like, cutesy rugby for the GIFs, super funny. I super dig it. But chubby rugby is also really funny, and I like that a lot, too. Maybe that's what started it. I can't remember. I draw too. Yeah, Miller, if you want to come draw with us, you're very welcome to jump on in. What time is it here? 11:20. Doing art for my university. I assume my art for my universe. Okay. Gotcha. You know what? I'm going to close this, and I'm going to pop this stuff. I somehow have two chats now. That's really weird. Welcome to the live chat. Thank you, YouTube. Yeah, yesterday I was like 4 or 5 people for a second there. That was weird. Drought became like 6 or 7 people in the chat. That was pretty awesome. What people are going to find out is, like, 10 years down the road, I'm going to take Rugby's mask off, and he's actually going to be a goblin, like, standing on his head the whole time. He's just like, ha, 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 ha. He's walking on his hands the whole time. Oh, that's what I forgot. That's why Rugby looks so weird. He doesn't have any ears. I love the big-ass goblin ears. Nobody clip that and meme it. That would be bad. I know. I secretly want to be memed a whole bunch because it's never happened before, and I think it'd be funny. I think a few people have done some in the Discord, which is kind of cool. I like custom made memes. Very, very in. That's true. "28 stab wounds." That's pretty good. I totally feel that. What is it? Hamstring and weapon throw. You're like, no, I gotta get away. And you're like, ah, dang it. Oh, they charged me again. I guess they can't do that in Classic, but I think you have to spec into. You can spec into charge through combat, right? I think that might be a protection thing. Fury. Okay. Man, oh man. Yes, who's drawing a potato? I like it. Yeah, we haven't drawn the potato golem in a while. Are we not doing that? I don't remember. I know we're not allowed to draw mimics. Mimics are a no-go. Yesterday, so I was trying to draw Marmar again, which, once again, I'll show that real quick. And I discovered, like, hey, I don't know how to draw hats. So that's something I'm going to have to practice. That's true, Bri. That is absolutely true. Oh, it's Andreas's. Andreas, you got a dot. you got to D-dot it. Fireball gun. You know what? Oh man, I can't decide. I can't decide how I feel about rugby. Get a room, you two. Get a room. Sometimes I struggle to see if you two are like yelling at each other or flirting. It's a thing. It's a thing that happens. Maybe I need to wrap his feet. I'll put some tape on his feet. Let's see. No? No, that's not how that works. Yeah. You never know. When you flirt too much, eventually people flirt back. And that's how dating works. Well, there you go. You're already halfway there. Well, then that is a lie, what you just said. He's a giant tree god of nature. Whoa, what? Drawing small. Bob specializes in drawing small, lumpy vegetable people. I'm sure there's a need for that. I'm pretty sure there is a need for that. So yeah, draw as many lumpy vegetable people as you want. This is a leader of the great ones. I have a plant creature that attacks when you attack their forest. They can feel pain through the whole forest. It sounds like the Critical Role grass. If you haven't seen that, animatic. It's pretty good. No. Percy flirting with grass. And say that again. I'm sorry. What about the Aggie software? I think so. I think Bob did. I think Bob drew. Is this Drow or Bob? Drow or Bob? The potato with a hat. Okay, that's Bob. Okay, I'm gonna label people. Drow. Bob. Andreas. I'd have to see how you spell his name. How is spelled your name? That's not how sentence work. Andreas. Dippy. And then, what is this word? Have I ever run into what? I'm sorry. Oh, really? I get yelled a lot because Rookzer0 has a 0 in it. And they're like, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah. So to reiterate, my username is Rook0. And a lot of people say Rookzer, and that's fine. And a lot of people say Rookzer0, and that's okay too, I suppose, because that's fair. That's actually how it's spelled. But a lot of websites are like, you can't have that, and so I have to write Rook0. And then what I try to do is this, to use the large O. But then it just truncates it down to a lowercase o, and it's like, no! Now my name is this, and I don't want that. I want this. That's the whole point. A lot of people don't realize it. Rook, see? Look at the truncation. It's beautiful. Andreas, I think you pooped a circle again. What? You don't need to take art classes. I think art classes can help you improve faster if you have a good teacher. Yeah, a lot of art is really just understanding what you want out of your style and finding ways to get that. And I think you can do that with like a good group of people. Is it appropriate? Another thing to think about is there is what you said. I think is a cool point. The trying to blend between realism and cartoons. I've struggled with that too. Wow, I can't spell today. Cartoons, whatever. I don't give a crap. And a lot of people, if you are developing your style, that should be kind of the last step in a long process of learning art. Like, and so a lot of people will be like, what do you think of my style? And it's like, unless it's something that's very well defined, like you have lots of examples of your art style. Like I said, like I can tell when Andreas is drawing. I just can. I'm sorry, not Andreas. I don't know why I said that because we're talking to you. Jonas's art style, I can see it. When I see a sketch like this, I know it's his. And that's because I've seen so many of them, right? And so styles become kind of iconic, and you can start showing that off, and people can see that your art is related. When you're learning art and you're doing a lot of like photo studies or just trying to learn techniques, your style is kind of fluid at that moment. So don't worry so much about your style until later, until you're happy finishing art. Does that make sense? Currently, you're saying your art is kind of pushing between realism and cartoony, and I think what you're actually doing is you have a very cartoonish drawing style. When you draw your forms, you have large, thick lines, you have blocked colors, and then you add a lot of detail into that, and I think that's where your realism is coming from, right? So you're over, what you're doing is you're over rendering simplified cartoon lines. You're combining two different styles that that you could do separately, or you really need to find a way to mesh them. But that's what I think you have. So to say you have a specific style, I don't think you do. I think you're working on two different styles, and they are conflicting, and that could be why people. And I think that's what Dippy is saying. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, there's actually a lot of cool artists that do that. And I could find those links and send those to you if that's the way you want to push your art. Welcome, Ace, by the way. We are now, I'm just going to pause everybody because this is a cool conversation, but I don't think I can reiterate all of it. If you're in the YouTube chat right now and you're not in the Discord chat, we're having a cool conversation about art, and I think there's a lot of good points that Ace and Dippy can add to. So if you want to jump into that and hear it, you're very welcome to. Link is down below. Come on in. We're going to keep drawing. Yeah. Dippy, go ahead. I think you had something to finish up with that. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I hope I reiterated that. I hope that was the. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a really cool to iterate from that. What you're talking about. Sorry, were you finished with that thought? I just kind of interrupted you. Okay. Yeah. So to reiterate what you just said, you learn more from basically working with your peers and seeing your peers work than you do from your teachers. And I completely agree with that. And part of the issue with that is there is I don't think there's an actual name for this, but basically when you watch an authority figure do something, and yes, teachers are technically authority figures, you will emulate that because you're supposed to. Like, that's just kind of how school works. And so when teachers show you, like, this is the proper way to do something, they usually show you really simplified ways to do it because they don't want to impart their stuff on you. And that's why if you ever go to, like, a lot of art schools, the teachers will show you how to do something, and it doesn't really look like their normal style of art because they are hyper simplifying it so that they don't do that. If you go to your classmates then, and you'll see that everybody now has the same base, you can see how if everybody was supposed to draw, like, oh, let's draw this little robot, most people will draw something with a variation of a square-headed robot because that was the prompt. But you can start seeing the variations, and those little variations actually help you then realize, oh, I didn't curve this corner. I didn't curve these. I didn't think about that. Why didn't I think about that? And you start seeing like all those different iterations, and those iterations help you learn, even though you didn't draw them. So that's why photo studies are really good, especially if it's a photo study that a lot of people are doing. Like, hey, let's all draw mermaids for mermaid, right? Everybody starts drawing mermaids. You see all those pictures, and you're now picking up information and picking up visual cues and ideas to make your own mermaids better, even though you aren't drawing the mermaids all the time. And that's why photo studies are so important, because you're not having to create everything from scratch. You're just adding to it or augmenting it, and that's really going to help. And so I posted a picture of Jazza. He drew himself in a whole bunch of different styles, and you can see he still has in all of these pictures, except for like one in the back, a very defined art line style. And even though these are all different styles of art, you can still tell that he drew all of these, right? Especially if you see his art. And that's really, his style is not necessarily like, oh, I draw cel-shaded cartoons. He does that medium, but his style is just his way, like his line art, his brush strokes are very defined because we've seen so much of his art and we can pull that out. So I think something to look at is what medium do you want to do? Digital art, like line art, coloring, rendering. What style do you want to emulate? And so from this picture, we can see Jazz's like traditional, just two-tone. Actually, he doesn't even do highlights. Yeah, it's just two-tone shaded cell figures. He's got a hyper-realistic one, and that's what I think you're probably talking about. It's just a little more detail inside of a thick-lined character. And then on the far right, there's like lots and lots of detail on the right. Those are kind of the spectrums that what you say is, I want to draw something that's cartoony but realistic. Those are the two styles I see happening. When you say that, that's what comes to my mind. So if that's something you want to emulate, cool. That's the kind of stuff you should look at and be like, why is their stuff good? How can I kind of emulate that? And that's really the only reason I would say choosing a style is important. Because you could just go online, find art that you like I want my art to look like this picture, and then study that picture. Like, why do you like it? What do you like about it? What can you take from it? On the other end of the spectrum, people giving you crap about that is okay. There is, and I'm going to call out one of my classmates from the university. Mark was an amazing sculptor. He didn't do traditional like clay. He did abstract expression art sculpture, and I hate it. It's amazing what he does, and he's amazingly well thought out what he does and how he does it. And every time I see him do it, I'm just like, oh, that was great. And what you did was amazing. I hate this so much. Like, I don't enjoy it. It was visceral and kind of gross, and I don't like it. But it's really good. It's really good. And that's totally fine. Like, art does not have to be 100% perfectly refined, beautiful stuff. It is exactly an expression of what you want. So don't get discouraged. What's going on over here? Is someone writing secret codes and inappropriate things? Because if this turns into like, I hate tall people, I'm gonna be real upset. That's what I'm saying. I got to protect all my tall people. Hey, there are self-hating tall people. I don't know. Okay, if you're just drawing runes, perfect. Keep it going. Don't get me in trouble. Go ahead, Dippy. Just says Hail Hydra in the background. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. If you're trying to develop a style, peers are a lot better than a teacher or a mentor, just because you can see so much stuff. I think that's a really good way to do it. And that's the other part about your other people's achievements don't belittle your own. Like, especially when art is so subjective, it's like, did this fulfill the requirements? Did you finish the art? Cool, you get a B. And then the next person turns in their art and they go, oh, you know what? This is so much better. I'm going to make you have an F. It's like, that's not how this works. The art fulfilled the requirements. I put the work in. The art is done. Like, the next thing, now you should only compare your art to your own art, because that's the staging of it. Like, this artwork, I like it or I don't like it. Next artwork, can I improve? What should I change? And you just keep doing that. And then if you all of a sudden like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do watercolor. Don't compare your watercolor to your sketches. Like, bad idea. It's all self-focused and self-motivated. So whenever you like kind of trash on yourself and get like, oh, my art is bad, it's like you're slowing down your art process by doing that. It should be, yeah, you're crippling yourself. It should really always be, I don't like this. That's fine to say, like, I'm not happy with this. I don't like this. I wish this is different. How can I change it? You know, if I've had artworks where I've spent like hours and hours on something and I've just had to stop and start over. That is totally legit. Like, that is a thing that there's sometimes you just can't fix whatever you're trying to fix. And it's like, you know what? This artwork didn't happen. That's fine. Why didn't it happen? What can I do different? Let's do it again. And that's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean, that's not bad. You learn a lot more from failure than you do from success. So I don't know what I just did. I drew some kind of like deranged Muppet. Hey, Shuddy. Okay. I have a question, because I think I've been bamboozled. Yes, yesterday we drew a whole bunch of sock puppets and stuff, and we were talking about sock puppets. And then this morning when I got onto YouTube, the Game Grumps posted a sock puppet animated, and then the Yeehaw Game Ranch was making sock puppets, and I was just like, did I jump the curve or did I miss something? Like, is everybody on the internet doing sock puppets this week? Is that a thing I missed? Oh, man. Cutting edge. Yeah, we got to have a sock puppet week, I guess. Yeah. Yep. That's cool. I like that idea. That once you have an idea, you got to jump on it, or other people are going to pick it up through the microcosm that is the human experience. It's good stuff. My mother always said education is never wasted, and that's kind of, I think, the best advice I can give anybody. So, like, whether you're drawing, every time you draw something, you've learned from it, or you should be learning from it. If you are drawing and not trying to learn, you're just like, cool, and you never ever draw another circle again in your life. Like, you still have the experience of drawing that one circle. So I think the trying to learn is always good, and just keep trying, keep going, again, iterate. Iterative design is just the jam for me. Like this Muppet dude I drew. I don't like him. I'm not sure why I drew him. I think I'm going to erase him here in a second. But I'm glad I drew him. I've learned some things about drawing puppets. Should you give who wings? The little bug? Yeah, I think you could do bigger wings. Butt wings never seem useful to me. Oh, I thought this little thing was the wing. Did you? What was the One Punch Man? That is the bug butt. Got it. I thought it was like sexy anime bug lady. with like little bug wings on the hips. He's a cookie. Sock puppets are just cool. We could anime it up. Hey, guys! I'm sorry. I should have asked if I could draw on your dragon. That was rude of me. Have you? Well, there's a whole set of memes out there of like paused anime. Of just, I think it's like, what's this? Or what the hell is it called? It's like anime anatomy, I think is what it was. Because like you have someone's face and they have their nose and their jaw, and then they're like, "Hey everyone!" It's like, is that guy's mouth on the side of his face? Like, what's? It's like that's not how anything works. But for some reason, it functions because it tricks our brain into being like, yeah, that's a face. That's fine. Mm-hmm. I have that's one of the reasons I tell people a lot of time, like, know your structure. Yep. Whoa! Layer 9! Who's layer 9? Paint bucket. Bad paint bucket. Not the first person to do that. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. It is, and that's a stylistic choice. It's the same thing like Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse's ears are always, yeah. They're a camera facing shape, regardless of where his. Yep, even in the 3D stuff, they actually had to build a whole engine just to be able to do it. It's great. Yep, super cool. That's not how Mickey Mouse works, but. Yeah, a lot of really simple animation styles will do that, and it's really good. It's really great for. That's why Not would be able to talk about this more than I would. For designing characters for animation, having their silhouette is super important, and so a lot of characters, like regardless of how they move, will always have the same body shapes, or like their hair will always be triangular when you're walking around, and it's just it doesn't make a lot of sense physically, but it makes a lot of sense for an animator. Yep, yeah. Goku's silhouette is highly iconic because of how they do it. It's really, really good. That guy's art style, I can't remember his name, is super solid. We can definitely talk about more anime here, but I'm gonna make you redraw your dragon. Well, I was gonna draw Guff. But you can absolutely draw a cute dragon. Because you said you wanted to get better. If you're not happy with your dragon, draw it again. I don't care. see a screaming hamster? What? That is sounds strange. Do you have a link for it? Oh, in the meme chat. I gotta draw Guff. I can't draw Guff like a crocodile. I mean, I could, yeah. It's not my character. I gotta... I'm drawing someone else's character, yeah. Andreas, I think you're being difficult because I told you to draw a dragon again. I've seen so many students, especially with 3D modeling, because 3D modeling can break so hard, where they'll start making something and then everything will go just to poop, and then they will spend 5 hours remaking something that took 5 minutes to make, and it's like, just stop what you're doing, delete it. And they're like, no, it's like, delete it, just delete it. Like, I don't want to. It's like, delete it. You'll be done in 5 minutes. Like, it's like. Like it's really difficult to be okay with stopping and trying again. Oh, jeez. That would be terrifying. No sacred cows. Yeah, you really have to not... Taking things too precious is a good way to say it. We used to say no sacred cows, because if the cows are just running amok, you can't... Kill your darlings is another way to say it. It's all the same thing. It's like if you're spending too much time, you're actually like, it's not so much a time sink, but you're injuring yourself by not acknowledging that you failed at something. Like if you are trying to do something specific and you can't get it to work, it's okay to start over. It's absolutely okay to start over or do something different or try something different. Yeah. And that's like, be okay to erase stuff. And sometimes you're like, I really like this, but it's not what I want. It's like, cool, save it, start over. Like, that's fine. Or cut part of it out. Or save a copy and put it aside and never touch it again with this project. Like, this is done. And then redo it. Yeah, use it for reference. It's like, this is what I started with. I don't like it. I'm going to start something else that I think, from what I've learned from this, and now we're moving on to something better. So. What is this? What is this you drew? It looks kind of like a, what do we got? I could see a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a spider on top of it. I can see a really happy mimic. Drow, can I turn this into a mimic real quick? Okay. Yes. This is gonna be great. Everyone hang out for a second. I don't know. It does. It's great. It's a good mimic. And then we're just gonna give it teeth. It's like, nope. Hold on. I can't hear Drow real quick. What? It looks like a sea creature is what I heard. Continue on. What'd you say? Like a barnacle? I like that idea. You should do that. That's fine. Keep drawing curvy lines. That's actually not bad. Drawing curvy lines is it's a good way to practice because you're getting control over your pen line, your line pressure, which is really cool. Sure. Yeah. That's a good wavy water lines. There are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. If people are struggling to like know what to draw and you can't figure out what to draw, it's okay to just spend a day trying to improve your line control. Like even mine's kind of crap right now. There we go. And just see if you can copy the lines. Another good example is circles. Draw a circle, draw another circle, and then try to draw a circle where they're touching. And then draw another circle, and then try to draw a circle where they're touching. And this is a really good practice. Because like, oh, that circle, that's not good, but whatever. That's okay, because we're just practicing and just trying to get better at drawing comfortable circles. You can always do that. You can always get better at that. They used to say, Da Vinci, when asked how, like, can you prove to me that you're a good artist? He would just draw them a circle. You draw them a circle, and they're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, you're good. That's the end all be all. Another good one is the dots. Draw a whole bunch of dots, and then just try to connect those two dots in as straight as line as possible. Just those are all things you can do to just practice. And sometimes I do that if I really am not inspired on my sketch diary, because you should draw every day, even if you don't feel motivated to do so. Some days it's just let's just draw a shit ton of lines. Like that's totally legit. That's a great way to do art. How about the mimic from Dark Souls? That one on the top drop kicks you into the We're not allowed to draw mimics, Miller, because we've overdone it. We've banned them after episode like 3 or 4. But I do like the Dark Souls mimic. I did. I just don't want to suggest that everybody draw mimics. That's the thing I don't want to do. Yeah, looks good. Keep going. Hey, everybody. Oh, wait. If I'm going to draw the Dark Souls mimic, I got to have, like, the giant tongue. Let me clear some stuff up so people have room. No. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Andreas, I'm going to give you have 3 layers. I'm going to give you 3 layers. That's it. If you go more than 3 layers, I'm going to delete them. No, you haven't. You have not. I'm not punishing you. I'm saying you have 3 layers. I'm limiting you. I'm setting limits. So that's totally fine. What you're doing is fine. You have not done anything wrong. I'm giving you 3. I'm giving you 3. Just so we don't get crazy out of control. Yeah, well, that's why I mentioned it now, because it was not stated earlier. So that's why I brought it up. Yeah, when we had 2 people, it didn't matter. We had a surplus of layers in space. And speaking of which, like I have a random layer I don't need right now. I'm just gonna delete that. It could be because it's not lagging super hard today, which is awesome. Oh, dang it. I started... There we go. I accidentally started making new layers instead of deleting them. Whap, whap. Sure. Is that a dragoness on the left? This one? Guff is just, I just imagine Guff is really pretty. Like, as kobolds go, that's kind of how I thought it. Yeah. Guff is just real pretty. Hello. Where'd you get that sword? I found it. What's your charisma? I don't know. See, I like that's pretty good. Yeah. I think that's legit then. I flutter my non-existent eyelashes at you. Does that kobold have eyelashes? Yeah? And then the giant greaves here. Yeah. What's her name? The name is Guff. Yeah, if you wanna hear Guff, Guff, we have a campaign, live play episode. I think I need to go back there and tag that episode so people can find it. Hey, whatever. So let me. I had to edit it, so I've listened to it quite a few times. But yeah, so there's a live stream of Guff and Marine, helping people do stuff in the town of Siltstone. So I had a lot of fun making that episode. So we'll probably do more of those. Who said that? Oh, you said that. Okay. I was like, I don't think Guff's voice is annoying. I thought that was good. I think Snick had like a big. think like last time I saw a picture of Snick, I think Snick had a big coat or a chain coif or something. How do you say that? Great. Studded male. I think you you know, I don't want to say that. Never mind. Keep going. I don't know if it's important. I don't know if it is important. I think the blend tool is a crutch for a lot of young artists. And whenever I see people drawing stuff and they start using the blend tool, it's like, I don't think you were supposed to use the blend tool yet. Maybe pump the brakes. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest. So Ace just said you don't use it with line art. You just kind of keep it. That is very a stylistic way to do it, and I think that's the right way. If you're doing line art, I feel this is completely subjective. There is no right way. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why this isn't super important. I really like, if I'm doing my thick line art, I like the colors to be separated. And you can see it in my videos, like instead of me blending colors together, I will just add lines of color. And that's something that I've stylistically chosen to do because I used the blend tool way too much 5 years ago. And it's just like, I don't like it anymore. I think people use it amazingly well. And it adds a whole ton of realism to kind of dull colors. Like that's what it's for. It's meant to blend those together. And I don't enjoy doing it anymore. When I started, it was so amazing because it can give you really subtle results really fast and add to your realism. But a lot of people stop there and stop improving their art and just kind of lean on that brush. And it's sad to see it. So yeah, if people are using, then that's fine. If you want to use it, you absolutely use it. Like it's a great tool. It's really powerful. And so that's what I was saying. Like this isn't directed at you. I see a lot of young artists get distracted by the brush, like having custom brushes. They try to find and download a lot of custom brushes because adding a little bit of texture does greatly improve your art. And the blend tool can greatly improve your art. But if you still are not understanding how to get to that point first, it's a step of going, my art is like 20% done. This makes it look 70% done, so I'm gonna be done now. It's like no, learn how to do more. So it's a crutch that people can fall onto really hard. Like I did as a young artist. I got really distracted. It does and it doesn't. I mean that's kind of the whole thing. So. So I guess that's more of a warning. I didn't want it to sound like, don't do that. Using that's bad. It's a warning. You can easily stunt your art by leaning too hard on the blend tool and custom brushes. Sure, you can just be completely dismissive. That's fine. Whatever. That's my suggestions for the day. Be careful. All right, we all know what's going to happen to poor old Guff now. And then the eyelashes. I'm going to put the eyelashes back in. Yeah, and the other thing I see with that, on that note of the blush, the blush tool. Everybody use the blush tool real quick. Let's just bloop, 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 bloop. That's not blush. Whatever. Anyway, the other thing I see is a lot of people, especially when they're starting out trying to learn their anatomy, they'll get frustrated with their lines or with their volumes and their shapes, and they'll decide, well, this looks awful. I'm going to color it and shade it. And it's like, Why? like finish the other stuff first. So those are the people very easily fall into the trope of, instead of getting better, I'm just going to color it. I'm just going to shade it. I'm going to use the blend tool. I'm going to why are you doing? Yeah, everybody does. I used to do it. I used to do it all the time. It's very easy. That is a really good plate. I really like that that picture, Jonas. I think that's one of my favorite kobolds. The snick picture. Well, just that whole picture. That's great. I really like that one. I like the way you did the horns. I'm gonna try to steal that right now, to be totally honest. I like that they start at the eye. I think that's really cool. Is that the way you want Guff's horns to go? Okay. I'll do a That's kind of cool. I like that. I dig it. Yeah, that's something I see a lot of people struggle with, that kind of stuff where they get stuck. Basically, shortcutting is really the thing. Like, it's really hard. It's hard to not want to take those shortcuts, and it takes a lot of practice to. And I still struggle with sometimes, like, am I done with this? Do I need to finish this? Do I need to edit this? And then move on to the next step. It's really easy to just, like, I'm gonna start coloring it. That'll fix it. It's like, it's not gonna fix anything. It's still gonna be just as broken when you color it. Yep, and that's kind of the training thing is yeah. So a lot of people will see those and either decide, I guess it's just good enough, or they'll spend hours trying to fiddle with, because now I have 5 layers I have to edit, when really I should just delete the color layer, fix the original line errors, and then go back. But that's also why we yell at you about layers, because you're jumping the gun, man. Jumping the gun. 1. The grass? This is what you're talking about? Looks pretty cool. I like the variations. Okay. That's... Yeah, I'm not good at color theory. I've never been good at color theory, so I should not be giving people suggestions. But yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to talk about color theory, go for it. But I do not have much to add. I know there. It's good. It looks like scales. Yep. It's a simplified color variation. I think is really clean looking. I think it's a good way to do it. Yeah, looks good. My money is Andreas is like this. Doesn't actually see anybody else's art. Yep, that's what I figured. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just realized I was looking at that Guff picture you drew with the cutoff horns. I misunderstood what was going on. I thought I gotta make a new layer now. I gotta talk about this. So you have little Guff here, which I really dig. I think I like Guff's little like spike beard. I think that's my favorite part so far. You got little Guff. We'll do this like that, like that. Okay, got a little Guff. I thought the horns were cut off like this direction, so that he had like, maybe he had like this at one point in time, and then they cut it off. But what you have drawn now is they're cut this direction. So now I'm imagining that these horns were, sorry, I gotta steal some space for a second. Were like this, just like giant ibex horns. But the fact that they just go like straight up is bananas to me. I think that's that's kind of awesome. And then he's got like little kobold body. Like, yeah, I'm like this big. I think that's great. I think that's cool. Oh God, what did I just do? Oh, I made a new layer again. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. I will block that off actually. We'll make a new layer. I see someone is still, is that Bob? I think Bob's up at the top drawing a potato golem again. It looks like, it reminds me of the GLaDOS. GLaDOS as a potato. Super good. That's so good. I'm a potato. All right, enough random stuff. It is way past noon. It is way past noon, but we're having fun. Think you're done? Great, draw it again. Yeah, go ahead. You can, if you have it on one layer, you can merge it all into one layer and then save the layer out. Up with the drawing. I think it's a drawing, or is it? Yeah, you can export. No, where is that? I usually just grab the clip tool, like the Windows clip tool, and like cut it out. Yeah, that works too. Yeah. Now should we all draw dragons with cookies? That's the question. Now that you're done, should we all draw? You could try. That's kind of the whole point. Yeah. Well, I don't. The way you said that, I don't. That sounds. You want to see my dragons with cookies? No, thank you. I don't know why I drew a peanut. Bob's drawn a cyborg peanut, which I kind of dig. Shame on you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yep, dragons and cars, not good. Don't ever Google that unless you need to pay for college. Then, that's a legit option. Yep. I feel like that's the artist stripper option. Like, instead of becoming a stripper, you can just draw dragons and cars. That's how you pay for college. People I know have paid for college that way. I have not. Just to clarify, I have not, but I know people who have. If you wanna know more about that, give me a call later about it. I guess I can explain it. I'm not gonna explain it on YouTube. I'm in. I don't remember which one though. SCP. Is a peanut with a cyborg peanut an SCP creature? I don't know. That sounds legit. Gotcha. Okay. Oh no. What's that? What did you say? Both of you. You talked at the same time. I think you said the original SCP was a peanut, looked like Mr. Peanut, I'm assuming, and so they had to change it. Oh. Gotcha. So they actually just stole someone's art. Got it. That's fair, yeah. Well, since you picked yellow, I would go more, yeah, kind of the red, a darker red. I think you could. I would go this way. I would pick something like this. Or you could just shift the same intensity but go red. So that might be a little too pink. Maybe a little more orange. I would go a little more saturated. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think that's good. Those would be my suggestions. But once again, I'm not great at color theory. That's just Don't do that. Don't don't listen to me on color. I'll make suggestions, but don't take it as gospel by any means. Ace is pretty good at colors, yeah. I think so. I think your color choices have been pretty on point. I've picked some kind of Jolly Rancher red. Guess what I've done. I'm going to steal the yellow for this. Yeah. Yeah, so take what you learned from the last dragon and draw a dragon again. Oh, that's weird. It's like Ace is giving you good advice that you're not taking. Huh, how strange. How strange. I'm not going to say that. I'm sorry. I was being mean. That's not cool. I was going to say, I don't know if Andreas knows how to take advice from anybody. But I was just being contrary, and that's not cool. I'm sorry. You were just being straight up bamboozled. You know, that happened to me too. Happened to me too. Yeah, that's not impossible. It definitely could be. It could very well be that yes. You've made a Christmas tree ornament. You can make a fairy. That's a pretty good start for like a little tree fairy. I think Bob did draw a potato GLaDOS. It's pretty awesome. That is really good. Nice. There's a very easy. I can't read that in the YouTube chat. Who's orange? What? Is there just a big orange dot? If there's a big orange dot on your map, it's probably. I think that's yours. You might have to I can't see them. I think you need to refresh your page. Oh, I see. I see the orange layer. Well, maybe that's what you're talking. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll buy it. Rook, check YouTube chat. Check YouTube chat. I used to sketch pro. How can I? Raybread, I don't. What am I looking at for in YouTube chat? The Flood is the first Halo game in Scary. Like 10 minutes ago? Oh, okay. The SCP stuff. Christmas lights. That was earlier. Yeah, I don't see any. Is the YouTube thing freaking out, or am I looking at something else? Sorry, Ray Bread. I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at. I might have missed something. Oh, you are Bob. Okay, gotcha. So yeah. Don't know why I drew an SCP. Don't know why I drew a peanut. It's an SCP. I don't remember which one. That's the last thing I saw here. Christmas lights to your character. I saw that. My art teacher didn't simplify anything. I can really detailed backgrounds, but drawing characters is where I fall apart. But is that still okay? But they're still okay. I have the opposite problem, Bob. I really enjoy drawing characters, and I can't put backgrounds together. I have no practice in it. Something I probably need to work on. Even when I was doing a lot of 3D modeling, I did a lot of detail work. I was really bad at actually mapping out everything. So, it's just not something I put effort into. Look at the mimic. Look at the mimic. Look at the mimic. Oh, this one. Is there something I'm missing at the mimic? Whip. Did I miss a mimic somewhere? Oh no. Maybe I need to refresh the page. A flood dragon. What color should Jonas's snake girl eyes be? This is a question. Speaking of blue, I don't like that. What happened? What happened to my dragon? There we go. Man, I don't know if I can see what people are drawing anymore. I think my stream's freaking out. I think I've reached maximum capacity here. Is it good? Everything seems normal. Okay, I feel like I've lost the conversation, and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking anymore. That could be fun. This is why the streams don't go on beyond noon. Everything just breaks down. Everyone's in lunch mode. Everybody just wants to. Yep. Nothing better than just spitefully hurting your friends. Well, you see, Andreas, I don't care what you do. Wicked burn. Wicked burn. What was it? What was the thing yesterday? Yesterday, Andreas jumped in the call and was like, "Oh, did you guys have fun while I was gone?" And someone said maybe I don't remember who said it now. It was a pretty good burn. Not was like, "We have fun when you're not here." It's like, oh, shots fired. Oh boy. We need to. Yep. Relentlessly attack. Everybody just relentlessly attacks Andreas. We'll have to put up a. I think we're gonna have to have a live stream counter or an Andreas attack counter, like they have shark attacks at the beach, days since last attack on Andreas. Live burn count. Yeah. I'm gonna give Ace a check. Someone is drawing a combat form from Halo. We for a little while, Kevin the Necromancer was off and about because his whole goal was to just run away from the party, and he succeeded in that. But then, so we didn't play a few sessions with him, and then he came back and he's like, "Yeah, I'll play with you guys. What's my character doing?" And we're like, "I guess we're just gonna find your head." And he's like, "What?" And so we were just carrying around because he's undead. We were just carrying around his head. He could talk, but he didn't actually want to he didn't want to play. And so we're like, "That's fine. You're just a floating head now that we're carrying around." And it was fun to let him RP and talk and stuff, but he couldn't cast any spells and do stuff like that, so it wouldn't throw off the campaign. It was good fun. Are you drawing a backwards dick butt? Because that breaks a couple of the rules. It's an incepted dick butt. Is what you're drawing. It does. Yeah, I think we've reached the point of devolved insanity. Yeah, I think we're probably good to call it for the day. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to finish this up real quick because I want to add a little bit of detail on this scaly boy. I forgot to draw the cookie. Whatever. This dragon ate the cookie. Or maybe it's a dragon cookie. Maybe, yeah, that's it. It's a cookie made out of dragon or whatever. It tastes like boysenberries. Because there's just a few pixels. It's just a few pixels? Oh, Bob, I don't know what I'm like. Is this what you're talking about? I'm trying to find this mimic that Bob drew. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it is. Before the stream ends, check the top right hand pixels. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. There it is. I found it. I found the tiny mimic. That's pretty awesome, Bob. Thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't get to that earlier. I think that's where we're gonna end the stream. I gotta think we're gonna stop it because we hit mimic capacity. That's great. That is really good. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging out. This is a weird week, so thanks for hanging out with me throughout it. Next week should go back to normal, I hope. Probably do a commission Monday. Wednesday will be the viewer suggestions again. Thursday maybe a D&D game, depending on if I get this video out. We'll find out. Friday we'll do another community draw day again like this. Once again, if you can support us on Patreon, it helps us out a bunch. If you can't support us on Patreon and you are already a member and you're worried about that, that's totally fine if you need to take a month or two off while the world kind of fixes itself. Yeah. I totally understand it if you guys need to adjust your pledges and stuff. Same thing, we have the YouTube membership going, so you can get cool little icons and stuff in the chat. Yeah. Whole bunch of new stuff up on the merch store. Check that out. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel grow and keep doing cool stuff. Keep your dice on the table. Stay happy, stay healthy, and enjoy your weekend. And we will see you next week.